All right, our objective for today is I will be able to divide mixed numbers. Continuing on from yesterday, we are chapter 4, lesson 8. This is the final lesson for your chapter. Tomorrow you will get a review period in class. Thursday, you will take your chapter 4 test. So tomorrow's class should not be wasted. You should be working. Again, you can work alone or with a group or a partner tomorrow. You can use your notes. So again, make sure you're taking good notes. By this time, you should have written down your objective and labeled your page numbers of your notes. If you haven't, you are going to fall behind, so stay focused. Last time, chapter 4, lesson 8, I will be able to divide mixed numbers. Our directions say change all mixed numbers to improper fractions, then divide like yesterday. Okay, so we have to remember, how do we change a mixed number to improper? We multiply and we add. So 1 3/4 becomes 1 times 4 is 4 plus 3 is 7 over the original denominator fourths divided by 2/5. However, I'm going to try to save some work here, save some time. I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal. If you can cross cancel, you can do that. If you can't, just multiply top to top, bottom to bottom. This should be old, this should be habit, this should be known to you. That's why we're moving so fast. We got to get to the harder 6th grade material. 7 times 5 is 35. 4 times 2 is 8. If that reduces, we need to. It doesn't. We're finished. Let's do letter B together. I have to make these both improper. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to add the numerator. I get 15/4. I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal reciprocal. If you can cross cancel, it helps save time. If you can't, then don't. 4 times 4 is 16. 15 times 5 is 75. If they reduce, you must reduce. Which they don't. We're done. I would like you to take some time. Yeah, let's finish this page. This should be review from yesterday. This should be review from 5th grade. We don't need to spend a lot of time doing this. Now, again, if you don't know your basic math facts, you will struggle with this. You should still be going home and practicing every day. We are moving at such a fast pace so that next year I can teach you 2 years of math in 1. So if you can't handle this, we need to sit down and have a conversation. But if you're just talking and coloring and drawing, that's not acceptable. Laziness is not a choice. Well, it's a choice. It's not a good choice. All right, this time I want you to finish C, D, E, and F on your own. We don't need to talk about it. Pause the video. When you push play again, I'll have the answers up. Okay, take a moment, check over C through F. I cross-canceled in different colors so you could see those. Letter F, I cross-canceled 25 and 10. 10 does not go into 25, but they both do have a common factor I can pull out. Both are divisible by 5. So 10 divided by 5 gives us the 2. 25 divided by 5 gives us the 5. Multiply fractions top to top, bottom to bottom. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Straight across, reduce if you can. Circle your answer. Again, if I made any mistakes, please talk it over in class. You guys can fix them on your own, but talk about it, because I totally could have made mistakes. Okay, when you're finished, flip it over. On the back, part 2, dividing it by a mixed number. So, same idea, maybe one extra step, same idea, same memorization. Letter A, divide. Remember to put the whole number over 1 if need be. Do that first. So letter A says, what is 8 over 1, or 8, divided by 2.5? Well, 2.5 is 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5 over 2. So now I'm not going to divide. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. When I do that, I multiply Top times top, bottom times bottom. So 8 times 2 is 16 over 1 times 5, which is 5. 16 over 5 does not reduce. I'm finished. Letter B. Okay, now we have a mixed number and a mixed number. It's okay, same idea. Maybe we have to show more work for this one. 4 times 3 is 12, plus the numerator 2 is 14 over 3. I'm going to show more work for this one, so I'm going to write the divide. 1 times 4 is 4, plus the numerator is 7 over 4. If you want to skip a step there, you could, but some of you may make mistakes. So only skip steps if you're feeling comfortable and confident and you get a lot of these right. So now, letter B, I will not divide. I will leave, I will change, and I will flip. Or I will multiply by the reciprocal. If you can cross cancel, do it. If you can't, don't. 14 and 7, 7 can go into both of those. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 14 divided by 7 is 2. If I multiply top to top now, I get 8 over 3. Doesn't reduce, I'm finished. Alright, on this page you have 4 more problems. Please pause the video and do those. When you press play again, I'll have the answers for you to check over. Take your time, don't rush. But also stay focused. It's not okay to just stare outside for a little bit. Stay focused. Okay, pause the video please. Okay, please take a couple minutes, check over C, D, E, and F. I did skip steps here, but again, you know enough about math, you know enough about these procedures. You multiply the whole number by the denominator and add the numerator, and all of that goes over the original denominator. You know this, so you should be able to follow mine and come up with either 1, what mistake you made so that you can fix it, or 2, did I make a mistake, and just talk it over. Don't argue about it, just talk it over. Okay, if you need more time, you're going to need to pause the video again. Then we're going to do letter G together. Alright, letter G. The average adult male panda weighs about 1 1/5 times as much as the female. If the average weight of a male giant panda is 330 pounds, how much does the average female giant panda weigh? So I'm going to think through this. If I have a female's weight and I multiply it by 1 1/5, I will get the outcome of the male. So I want to go backwards through that. If I take the male's weight, 330 pounds, and divide it by 1 1/5 times, I should get the original. I should be undoing the female times 1 1/5 equals male. Now, if I'm unsure that that's not right, I could still do this problem and then backtrack and do a guess and check with my answer. So let's do that. 330 pounds over 1 divided by 1 1/5 becomes 6/5. Okay, so now I will not divide. I will multiply by the reciprocal. And if I can cross cancel, I would like to. So we need to know, does 330 divide with 6? Okay, so we show some more work. That's not a big deal. We practice long division a whole lot. 330 divided by 6. 6 does not go into 3. 6 does go into 33. It goes in 5 times. Bring down the 0. 6 does go into 30 5 times. We get 0, so we're good to move on here. 55. So if I cross cancel 330 and 6, 6 goes into itself once. 6 goes into 330 55 times. So now 1 times 1 is 1. 55 times 5, and again, so you have to show a little bit extra work. That's all right. set it up the old-fashioned way from 3rd grade. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 2. It's 27. So it sounds like we should get 275 over 1, which, since that's a whole number, we can just write 275 pounds. Okay, so now if this all makes sense, the average adult male giant panda weighs 1 1/5 times as much as the female. So it sounds like an adult male panda weighs more. Well, this was the male's weight. This is then the female, so that sounds like it's working. So this is our right answer. Now, maybe we want to clarify whose this weight is. So in the answer, we could put the female giant panda weighs, something like that, 275 pounds. Is the female weight. Again, we don't need super great sentences, but enough to get our point across. The rest of the class time is yours to rewatch some of the video, discuss some of the answers, ask any questions, or to start your homework. Just because you get the chance to start your homework doesn't mean you should rush. If your notes are incomplete, it is your job, no one else's, but your job to make sure they're complete. So if you need to go back and check any answers, now would be a good time to ask to watch the video again or ask any questions. Good luck.